Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today is going to be an Invisalign Blog video, like I had mentioned in my last video. This is basically going to be like the very first part of my journey with Invisalign. Like I said before in my introduction video, I have been on Invisalign for quite some time now, and I know a lot about it, so I definitely wanted to share that with everyone else, because I know when I was searching for Invisalign and thinking about getting into it, I didn't really have a lot of info to look at online. And I just wanted to share it with you guys just in case y'all are interested. I definitely think that it's worth it, but I'll get into that later. When the very first time that I ever thought of getting into Invisalign was when I actually had seen a picture that my friend had taken of me from the side. I was looking like this way. She took a picture of me from the side and I was smiling, and I noticed that I had a tooth that was kind of like not crooked but kind of going towards the other teeth, and that just made me so insecure. Ever since that picture, I would always notice it in every picture that I took. And I never really had bad teeth. They were all, pretty straight except for that one tooth. And I was so insecure about it for the longest time. So I really wanted to get into Invisalign. And, my bottom teeth were kind of crooked, but no one really sees those when you talk or smile. So, it didn't really bother me that much. But if I was going to get the top fixed, I might as well get the bottom fixed. But I do remember when I was younger, this tooth, the one that I wanted to get fixed, used to be on top of my gum. It was disgusting. And I was going to get regular braces at that time. I think I was in 5th grade. But my dentist told me I didn't have to get braces because my lip would eventually push it down. And it did push it down. They were all straight. And I think when I got kind of in 8th grade or freshman year of high school, it kind of started to go a little bit crooked like this way. It's really hard to explain, and I have pictures, but I don't know if I'll be able to insert them because I haven't figured it out yet. But anyways, so I was really insecure about it, and I was always thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I really want Invisalign, but I've heard it's so extremely expensive. So I was just like, man, I'm probably just gonna have to wait or whatever. So I was about to go in for my annual cleaning, and I think it was about 2 weeks before my annual cleaning. And I decided to talk to my dad about maybe possibly getting Invisalign. I was like, Dad, I'm really insecure about this one tooth that I really want to get fixed. Can I please look into getting Invisalign with my dentist? I'm not too sure if he wants me to say his name, so I'm not going to say it. But he was like, yeah, look into it. See if he even does Invisalign at his dentistry, because at the time it was kind of like a newish dentistry. So not everyone offers Invisalign. So I was like, okay, so I went to the Invisalign website and typed in my dentist's name, and he did offer Invisalign, but he wasn't a preferred provider, which isn't really a big deal because my dentist is so intelligent. Honestly, I don't see myself ever going to another dentist in my whole life because he's so knowledgeable and he knows so much, and I don't know how to explain it. He's so professional, whatever. I don't know. I don't care if he's a preferred provider or not. I trust him, whatever, And so I was just reading, and I was like, okay, cool, he offers it. So then I went in for my cleaning, and I was like, I told my hygienist, do you mind if I talk to the doctor after, to kind of ask him if he thinks I'll be a good candidate for Invisalign? So she was like, yeah, he'll come in and talk to you. So he came in, he was talking to me, and I was like, I really don't like this one tooth, and I really wanted to get it fixed, but I'll fix my bottom ones as well, might as well. And he was like, yeah, he was like, you're definitely a good candidate for it. He was like, you just need a little tune-up, and you'll be good, you know what I mean? So I was like, yes, girl, yes. And he was like, go talk to the girls in the front, and they'll help you out with a payment plan. To figure out a payment plan. So I was set. I was like, yes, girl. My dad went with me. So I went to the front desk, and my very favorite ladies that were sitting there, I don't know, kind of going off on a tangent here. I love that dentistry. Not only is the dentist amazing and all professional and knowledgeable, but the girls on the front desk are like my best friends. They're amazing. They treat me so well and always make me feel so welcome, but oh, whatever. So at first they weren't gonna let us be on a payment plan. My dad was like, there's no way I'm gonna pay all this up front. So then they budged and they were like, sure, you know, we know you're good for it. So they put me on a payment plan. And that night when I went home, I totally researched everything to know about Invisalign. Like, I went on blogs, even though they were like written blogs, they're not really video blogs, and I didn't really, I don't know, like, I would have preferred to have seen a YouTube video, which is why I'm making one for anyone that's interested in Invisalign. But I was looking at everything, and then basically everyone on Invisalign made it seem like a horror story, like complaining about everything about Invisalign, and I was like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? You know what I mean? I was like, I can't do this. Like, everyone's saying that it's awful and this and that and this and that. So I was like, you know what, whatever. Like, I really want my teeth to get fixed. I'll stick through this. You know, I'll tough up and stuff like that. So finally, the appointment came for me to go and get my impressions for my teeth. So I went to get my impressions, and I was under the impression that they were going to use this machine called an iTerio. It's literally called an iTerio. I don't know why I use quotation marks, but it's called an iTerio. And it's just where they like scan your mouth, and you don't have to use that like nasty, gunky stuff that you put. And I was like, you know, it's not going to be that bad. I was wrong. we used the gunky stuff, and it was disgusting. Like, it tasted awful. I felt like I was gonna choke because like I feel like it was like slipping down my throat, but you know, it had to be done. And I think we had to do like my bottom teeth like 3 or 4 times because every time it came out incorrect. So I was like, but finally we got it done, and I was like, I cannot wait, like this is great, you know. I'm finally gonna get my trays. And I think a couple weeks after that I was supposed to get my trays, but they called me back in because Invisalign said that the impression wasn't good enough to make the trays. So I had to do the impressions again. I was like, ugh! So did the impressions again, and finally I think after maybe like 2 or 3 weeks my trays came in, and I only had 10 trays. 10 trays. And normally, like, all the blogs I was reading about Invisalign, people had like 30, 40, like 50 trays, and I was like, oh my god, like, I have to go through that many? Because you have to wear the trays for 2 weeks each. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on it for life. But I only got 10 trays for the first section. And I think this is where I'm gonna end my video, because then I'm gonna go off on a whole nother tangent. But yeah, so that was basically the beginning. It wasn't that bad. I did a lot of research, and I decided to go with Invisalign. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I do not regret my decision going with Invisalign. I don't regret it at all. I think it's amazing. You get to take them out when you eat and when you drink, and you don't have to have them on all the time. But like, you're supposed to, okay? Don't tell my dentist that I'm not wearing them right now. But you're supposed to have them on for, I think it's 22 hours a day. So it's like definitely a commitment. That's another thing, is that if you plan on getting it, you really have to commit yourself to wear them often. You know, I definitely do. I'm not wearing them now because I have a little lisp when I talk with them. But you definitely have to wear them. You can't, you know, not wear them. It's just like a really big commitment thing, and you have to be really good about taking care of your teeth and stuff like that. But I definitely recommend it. Maybe talk to your dentist about it. Look on the Invisalign website. I'll link the Invisalign website down below so you can see if your dentist or any dentist around you is a preferred provider, even though it doesn't matter, because my dentist is amazing, and he actually just became a preferred provider, and I'm really excited for him. He's trying to push Invisalign, you know, a lot more, and it's amazing. Like, I love it. I don't regret a single thing about Invisalign. But I will definitely check back with y'all maybe in a couple days to do a second video, letting you know a little bit more when I got my first trays and when I had them on and, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I will definitely update y'all. Until next time, stay golden. Bye. That was dumb. My dad's so cute. He went to go buy my favorite cake mix and favorite frosting. Ooh. Why did y'all need to know that? No. No. No, no, no. Okay. It's my boss. I'm in the dark because someone's outside, so I ran to close the curtains. Why do I always say that? Oh my god. Leave me alone! I knows what he's talking about. I trust him with my mouth. That sounded so inappropriate.